Aquarius, welcome on in. This is going to be for the next 48 or so, all right, around the next 2 days, beginning around when you were guided or drawn to this video. Please do excuse me as I'm touching my face and whatnot. It is so damn hot out here. And honestly, when I checked the weather on the way here, it was only about 73 degrees where it's going to reach about 100. Anyways, there's a feeling of you seeing random words. It's like Spirit saying you need some good salsa, some good guacamole, some chips and dip, right? Something to treat yourself in a very simplistic way where it's not going to make you feel like absolute crap. Drink more water is now the message coming through. I know that sounds obvious, but Spirit's saying a lot is dehydrating you at this time, including the weather, your dreams, spiritual presence, all the speaking for a lot of you. And so when you start to feel like you can't ignore the little necessities like H2O, like good food, rest, balancing things out in the midst of a busy schedule for a lot of you. It's just necessary, And so we can't neglect what we feel is going to and is being shown to us. It's just necessary once again, right? Something that's going to maybe uplift you, but make you feel healthier, less hungry. There's sort of a hungry energy that I'm getting. Anyways, for Aquarius, thank you, Spirit. I just saw the Chariot card and the Eight of Cups. You're yet again another sign, my friend, as I lose my breath a bit. Where it's like you just want to up and do what you know needs to happen, but it's almost this predictive energy that a lot of you have, where you're just very intuitive, and so you are maybe a bit of a hop and a skip ahead of what's at hand currently, awareness-wise, even feeling-wise. And so this kind of being ahead of your current day reality, sort of an energy, leaves you a bit disconnected. It leaves you maybe a little bit frustrated at times, It's also this energy, Aquarius, where you want to take someone's energy and throw it out the damn window. It's like you're so negative. You just are maybe mean, and so Spirit keeps labeling certain people as toxic in their own way or ways, and then they're saying that's more than ever reminding you to be a good person, to be who you truly are on a core level, and not let the BS kind of take over. Don't become what's being pointed out to you as low vibrational or just negative. And so we're feeling more motivated as well. There's something about you taking a step forward and then questioning it. It's like we're not trying to push you to overthink or to question your every move or what you've already kind of solidified, but it's something about you needing to question things in certain moments to the point where you make different choices. It's like you want to better your life, but then you make certain choices at times that work against that. I also feel like a lot of you have been startled in certain moments. It reminds me of me and dogs, and spirits have made me feel like a dog was going to attack me physically, and maybe they actually were going to. But the point is that you are needing certain levels of correction taking place, rewiring. Spirits have effed with you way too many times. Other people in your physical reality have maybe tried to F with you way too many times, and it's left you with certain levels of maybe is it called PTSD? Anyways, it's like certain shocks to your system have left you reactive, all right, and we're correcting that. And so when you feel more, the dogs need to be quiet, when you feel more of a grounded energy coming to be throughout the week, interesting, throughout the next few days, I wouldn't be surprised. You are going to think back to an old car that you had, is what I'm getting specifically, whether it was red, blue, yellow is what I'm getting, silver. Anyways, let's drink some water. It is very hot. I also see you churning your head a lot throughout the next few days. It's like, whoop, I need to notice this. You're also being viewed as a rock, okay? Somebody who has the endurance of a very powerful soul, okay? It's like things affect you, Aquarius, and then you can't seem to catch your breath. Things negatively affect you energy-wise, and then it's like you cleanse your energy, but it doesn't fix things, right? And so As you start to feel heavy in the chest at certain points, please recognize and remember that isn't yours to carry. It's someone else's energy. Because I really feel 99% of you watching this video, this reading, are empaths, at least to a partial extent. And so when things start to eat at you because it's not even your energy you're carrying, please remember that it will part ways with you, if you will. You're not going to be carrying it for the rest of that day or the rest of this 2-day period, and so I also want to say there's a huge significance to this Aquarian collective letting things go, right? Spirit keeps reminding you of a negative occurrence or how somebody is mean in nature. We're letting it go, just because things are pointed out, just because things are reminded to you. In no way, shape, or form are we needing to or going to choose to hang on to it, right? Let it go. Let it effing flow, okay? The Page of Cups is giving me very fish out of water kind of energy. You're seeming to think that there's a lack of alignment when there actually is partial alignment. And so it reminds you, my friends, that you didn't get placed in this place of residence or that city, county, or that job situation for literally no reason. Did you know a school bus actually holds great spiritual meaning, all right? But I also want to say that Spirit's saying you went through a lot of crap when it came to your school years, all right, your childhood in general, I feel. But if I even began to tell you what certain kids put me through back in school, it was just so mean, it was unnecessary because I was a spiritual being that they didn't get, right? I was easy to walk all over. Anyways, and so maybe a lot of you at this time are needing to heal from your past, okay? It's like your inner child needs to kind of relax, all right? And heal certain wounds that you've yet to heal from, even dating that far back, because I guarantee you didn't just exit school or something. When you appear sort of mean, we're going to point it out. It's like you kind of maybe have a resting bitch face, excuse my language, or maybe you don't have a lot to give, so it's kind of coming off very stern. You've been through a lot. And so it becomes a period where they're saying, I'm not saying it matters what people think, but the way you appear to others actually needs to be made aware to you. Because, if you're appearing mean when you're not a mean person, let's just correct it, It's about kind of loosening up in the moment at certain points and saying, I'm going to shine at this time, instead of feeling the burden of all of these heavy energies that I've been feeling for so long, And when you start to feel a release coming to be, say, spirits singing or dancing through you, pushing you to get up and shake your booties, you know what I'm getting. I really feel like this is going to benefit you greatly. There's a sense of spirit saying, act like a fool at times. Be a bit loose and goofy. Be ridiculous, right? It's going to heal you more than ever. And I guarantee you're going to find that is one of the key moments where your inner child is coming out to say, I deserve to heal. Shit was rough. I deserve to heal. And this is something that you have maybe as a kid growing up, or even a teenager, you felt embarrassed because of it. Spirits or even other people in your life made you feel like you would look a fool if you chose to start dancing in public or put yourself on social media doing something goofy. Who gives a crap, right? It's about being true to who you are and healing things from within and expressing yourself differently to the point where things actually happen in the ways that they're meant to, okay? And guess what? You're now enjoying yourself a bit more, and that's key, because you've been so uptight, okay? And when this uptight energy starts to dissipate and you feel happier, genuinely happy in certain moments, even if it's fleeting, that's so important, okay? It's to say that you are going to take charge of your life more because you're more assisted by spirit, because other people's energy will start to be corrected around you. You start to feel less burdened by everything, for that matter, or most things in life. But You're also going to feel like Spirit's saying completion is a must. Let it go, right? Once again, but let that habit that's negative and holding you back, just put it away. You know what I mean? Don't touch it. Give it a bit of time. I challenge some of you who are struggling with a bad habit, whether it's smoking, drinking, you name it. Put it aside for the next 2 days and watch your life change for the better, okay? Watch your life change for the better. I guarantee it won't feel super simplistic or as easy as you will feel it to be in the future. Trust, okay? Trust. Put it aside. Let it collect some dust is what I'm hearing. You're also going to feel like you're not fully in the knowing when you're usually feeling kind of like you understand things. But the process of you starting to figure things out is super important, okay? You shouldn't have all the answers to the point where things go robotically, all right? It's this sort of organic energy Spirit's creating while you feel like you kind of have to sort of find your way with a blindfold on. And now you get to understand things differently. I feel like also some of you very plugged in souls to the spiritual realm. Spirit's saying you need to think for yourself more. I'm sorry that comes off a bit rude, but you at times fall back onto your spirituality, or they're just so chatty, and I can relate. You need to take a moment and think about it, right? You need to take a moment and ask yourself some important questions and then make adjustments from there. But let's leave your reading at that as the dogs start to get all worked up again. I hope these messages were truly helpful. They're saying, you know, take a deep breath, all right? Things are going to work out exactly as they're meant to. You have nothing to worry about, Aquarius. Do take care.